We've all seen crazy scientists in movies, but what if I told you that they were a real fucking thing? I think I'm yelling. I need to chill out. I need to take an ear off. Anyway, we're going to talk about 3 crazy science experiments that took place in history. Number 1. The Tuskegee Syphilis Study. The participants was a group of 600 African American sharecroppers from Alabama. Of these 600 men, 399 had syphilis, and the other 201 were the control for the experiment. It doesn't help that most of these men were illiterate and poor sharecroppers. These men were promised medical care and survivor's insurance. So get syphilis, but you get insurance and medical care. Along with that, they got treatment to minor ailments and free transportation to and from the research clinic and free food when being used for research. Win-win, you know? At the time, there was no treatment for syphilis. This was back in like 1932. And even after penicillin came out in 1947 as the standard treatment method, it was withheld from the men. This study took place in 1932 and ended on July 25th, 1972. So 40 years of just having syphilis. The reason it was ended because not only is it inhumane, but a reporter named Gene Heller saw that there was a 40-year-old non-therapeutic experiment on black men in the rural South. In between 1932 and 1947, due to this experiment, dozens of men and women and children of the affected died. The aftermath of this experiment was a big old lawsuit, and a lawyer named Fred Gray fought on behalf of one man and won him a $9 million suit. W guys, and that's adjusted for that would be $69 million today. So pretty fat check, if you know what I'm saying. Am I in 60 frames? Holy fuck. Pretty fat fucking check. On to the next experiment. This one's fucked. Actually, fucked. Like, people know about this. A lot. Okay. Unit 731. This one's messed up, fucked up. Syphilis is bad, but in this, we're going to dive into sexual assault, torture, and disembodiment. So if you don't want to hear about that, there's the timestamp. Also, check out Wendigoons' video on this. He goes way more into depth on this experiment. I highly recommend his video. I watched it while doing this research, and it was really good. I mean, as good as, talking about people dying can get. All right, this is your final warning. If you don't like any of that stuff, timestamp. All right. The experiment, Unit 731, was an experiment done in China to test the human body's limit. They started off small with how the human body handles frostbite. A physiologist named Yoshimura Hisato, we're just going to call him Mur, had a particular interest in how the human body comes back after having frostbite. It is stated he submerged participants' limbs in a tub of ice water until the participants' limbs were covered with a solid layer of ice. Holy fuck, this is getting bad. All right. Mur said it sounded like a wood plank when the limb was struck with a cane. So see how it doesn't... Okay, I can't joke. I seriously, I can't fucking joke. And what is frozen needs to be thawed. He tried many methods of unthawing limbs. I'll save you the time. He tried letting them just sit there, an open flame, and hot water. This sadly did give results. They concluded if you submerge your frostbite appendage into water slightly warmer than 100 degrees, but no warmer than 122 degrees, you'll be good. Keep in mind, everything I talk about next is the same experiment. Same people. Next up. They did vivisections. Vivisections are when you cut a conscious person open and examine them. This is bad. Vivisections. You're not supposed to do them on humans. Literally, Google says practice of performing operations on live animals for the purpose of experimentation. Animals. We were not animals. Or mammals. And people here, I did some research on this. People at the testing facility called the people logs. And there were, the number's not 100% sure, but in between 3,000 and 30,000 participants. Vivisections were performed on thousands of Chinese communist prisoners. Oh dear God. As well as children and farmers. They would inject them with cholera or the plague. Then they would have their organs removed before they died to examine how their organs were affected before decomposition. Whew, glad I didn't eat anything. Then they would have their limbs cut off and put back on the other side to see how it would act. So these two arms, switch. Dear God, another experiment they conducted was weapon testing. They used sharpened bayonets, swords, knives, blister agents, nerve gas, and last but not least, Flamethrowers. Jesus fucking Christ. They tested these weapons on exposed and covered skin, and they also used exposed X-ray radiation, point an X-ray machine at you without the covering it. It fucks up your skin. Many died. Here's the nasty stuff. Here's the really fucked up shit if you weren't already grossed out. Imperial Japanese soldiers were infected with syphilis and were told to inject male and female prisoners so they could study the infection. I think we know what we're talking about when I say inject. Then they tested human limits by centrifugal force. They put people in centrifuges and to see how much the body could handle with no prior training. They spun people until they died or lost consciousness, usually around 10 to 15 Gs. Then they impregnated women of children-bearing age and did all kinds of stuff to them while pregnant and studied the fetus. Fetus. Not baby. Fetus. Like preborn child. Okay. Let's end off with a cool one that doesn't involve people or animals. Okay? Lighten the mood. Get past all that horrendous shit. Put it behind you. We made water into shiny gold material. We did this by adding potassium and sodium to water. Now let's give your brain a reset of what some stuff you just heard here. Here's some cute things for you to look at.
Look at these guys. How can we not love them? Look at the sea otter. He's just so happy. He's having it in the puffer fish. Look at the little puffer fish. Oh, shout out Crocus. Crocus are dope as fuck. Love Crocus. Look at the swap. He's so dope. Look at these dolphins. They're having fun together. Check out this dog. Look at his tongue. Don't even worry about it.
Thank you for watching. Go try to take a nap. God, that was a fucked up episode. Jesus Christ.